ガキの姿でもスーパーサイヤ人を超えてやったぞ。かかってきやがれ。
Try to keep up with my power, that is. What?
スーパーサイヤ人2の敵ではない。
What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Christian here again with another video, and today we're talking about connection issues and why we need to stop blaming each other for delay and lag, and also the future for Dragon Ball Battle Hour that's coming up soon. Now, the Sparking community is very sensitive to lag in matches because this game is very reliant on input timing. Defensive options in this game are basically free as long as you can time them properly. So part of winning matches in Sparking Zero is adjusting to delay or lag thereof quickly, or risk getting put into an eternal reset combo that never ends. So that wouldn't be so bad if the game wasn't held together by digital duct tape. As you saw in the intro, we're a year in and I'm still getting random error codes that prevent me from queuing up in matches. That is just unacceptable, and at first I thought it was just me until some people in a group chat that I'm a part of were complaining of the same thing, and it just made me realize that all of us in this community are getting absolutely gaslighted by Bandai. Right after this, I got on a different game just to prove a point. I took off my LAN cable and got on Apex Legends on Wi-Fi, and when I tell you I've been on Sparking Zero so long, I forgot what a next-gen game is supposed to feel like. In Apex Legends, queue times are fast, gameplay is smooth, weapon balance is great, and best of all, match stability is superb, okay? You don't see players just snapping and lagging and having input delay. Inputs work as intended, and I was on mid-tier Wi-Fi. Yes, I have a completely separate connection for Sparking Zero just because the game is so bad, the netcode is so bad that it requires me to have a better internet connection for me to play it. And this game shouldn't require you to have fiber grade internet on a LAN cable for it to just function properly. That's just ridiculous in 2025. So we need to stop blaming the player base for this problem. Is really a game issue, okay? A game netcode issue. And honestly, that is the main thing that holds Sparking Zero back, more than the lack of content and more than the unbalanced mechanics and characters. DP Battle, for example, should have been the premier mode of this game, and it's basically still a mixed bag. It's still almost unplayable at times. As much as I like the mode, my vanishes just don't work every other match, and it just makes the whole mode not fun to grind. At most, I get like 2 to 3 matches in, and I just get tired because it's a mixed bag, like I said. And variable delay is 100% the main culprit for DP Battle dying, more than timeout victories, more than anything else. The game mode just doesn't feel fun to play at times because of delay, okay? But even with that, I'm still gonna be making a team with this Vegeta here in the near future, so stay tuned for that. Now, about Dragon Ball Battle Hour, it seems to have some Sparking news coming. A lot of people are hoping for Battle Pass 2 to be announced and a wealth of content to be introduced into the game, but I am very skeptical because right now they're dealing with the Switch port, and DLC 3 hasn't even had a trailer released. So at most, I think we'll be getting a trailer for SS4 Goku, but if they surprise me, I will be eating my words and I will be making a video about it. But I'm not expecting any other news besides DLC 3, a DLC 3 trailer, okay? In fact, I actually don't want them focusing on any other content besides DLC 3, because DLC 3 is so important to this game. It's basically a make or break moment for the game. If they half-ass this DLC, it might be the final nail in the coffin for Sparking Zero, so they need to come correct with good news for DLC 3. And what would be good news for DLC 3 in my opinion? It would be an inclusion of an extra map, some costumes for Diamond characters including Diamond 2 characters like Pansy, some clever, well-made custom battles for these characters, and some really smart patch notes so that they can rework some of these game modes, especially DP battles. DP battles is still a work in progress. I think singles is largely a finished product at this point. And of course, if they could add some network code so that DP battles and singles could be more consistent online, if they can achieve that, I can say there's hope for Sparking Zero yet. But if they half-ass it, I'm not gonna lie, it will not look good for the future of Sparking Zero. Right now, the game is in a pretty bleak state. Even creators who are extremely passionate about the game are barely clinging on, and they're looking at other games so that they can move on to more meaningful projects. So hopefully something comes up that flips that sentiment around so that we can keep posting about Sparking Zero and Sparking Zero can have a longer lifespan. But let me know if you think that's gonna happen, and also let me know if you ran into the connection issues yesterday just like me, and what would bring you back to the game. What do you want from Bandai and Spike? Of course, we've already mentioned all the extra content, but any patch note changes that you would want implemented, let me know in the comments so that I can review them in a future video, and I'll see you there. Peace out.